investigations, and as I was saying about this, we talk about the design. India just happened to be called India, and it's coming on all the news shows now and all that with all the trans stuff, right? So of course, it's design of these Jews to they're basically trying to get the West European ones into trans idea, accepting transes, right? And of course taking all the place with Indian peoples, diaspora. So of course, India. No coincidence about the names. See now a bit of a code here, right? Where again you're seeing the 777 code, right? The Idi men ordered the expulsion of the country's Indian minority. So again you're seeing a bit of a hex here, right? Where they're basically recreating the type of biblical exodus idea, within this Uganda. Again, is that what they're hinting at there, that these Indians are basically the original Jews with the Bible and all that. Well, an exodus from Burma there as well, see? Indian exodus. Of course, the ideas about the red Indians, cowboys and Indians, you're talking about Jews. And Jews, Jews and Jews. Cash, of course, cash is money, cash is money, right? The Kashmir. Indian Exodus. Of course, Kashmir, again, Mur, like the Jews. Obviously Indian region, right? China, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Jammu. So, this could be a linking region, a big trans region for them. That's why it's where that Led Zeppelin had a song about it or something. So it's sort of it's celebrated by their own Jews in this Kashmir region. Must be Jewish trans region. Of course, works wars between India and Pakistan. And you've seen on the border what they do on that India and Pakistan when they do that border thing, close the gates. You've seen that's in here like a camp pantomime type of thing, So they doubt all that stuff, the conflict between them would just be the same type of thing, Like a sort of rivalry, like just like a football team's rivalry or something, Of course, you got Princess Diana. Diana basically means India, Indian. Of course, the Goldsmith one, Jemima Goldsmith or something, is her or his cousin or something. And that one's married Imran Khan. So of course, the Jews, Rothschild Jews, and the Goldsmith Jews, and all these Jews, have an Indian background, The Goldsmiths one. This one here. I quite like the Diana one. Very Jewish sort of look. Jemima Khan. Right to Pakistani Imran Khan. course, there's no difference between Pakistan and India, it's just like a sort of quite a recent border that they put out. It was the same place for centuries or whatever. They just made the appearance of it smaller, see. You're talking about India and Pakistan, you're talking about absolutely massive region, potentially, millions and millions of people that can come across, Of course, everyone of them what comes across, when it's time for them to get married, they import another one, And that's how they take away, because they've got that thing written in the law, where they can import it like a spouse, so it's that he's obviously going to take over the whole bloody world. You're talking about an absolutely massive region, millions and millions of people, and of course they could all be bloody Jews, to be honest. Again, if they could contrive conflict, that's crap. These are together, massive region. Exodus, right? In the Bible you get Yusuuf, not a Yam Soph. So you got all these, these sort of Indians coming to boot with a cord of Yusuuf, like the Yam Soph crossing of the seas in Exodus. Stephen's Jew, Yusuuf Islam, and it's that they were a Yam Soph, king of land, if you see that one, king of the land. They were land stealing, land pirates, story of Yusuuf. So Yusuuf in Islam, right? That to me is the same as a Yam Suf. It becomes Joseph, So Joseph becomes Yusuuf, which is the same as Yam Suf. That's the day with Exodus narrative. And Mir becomes Jew, right? Brian Mir. And it's become Reed Sea, like or Red Sea. So it's Red Sea. Like a 33. It's of course it's just nonsensical stuff. It all basically refers to the same thing, which is these Jews, right, crossing the water, going to foreign lands, taking them over, right? They're taking them over on behalf of the religion what they represent, which is this sort of trans religion, Of course, Exodus 2:33. Sup. The Jews infiltrated themselves into the Western, the Western culture. Like this one here, Jerry Reed. I'm going to say he reads in a song called Amos Moses. So it's reference to the Exodus, And that Exodus is the day with Moses, right? and Abraham, right? Moses and Abraham type of thing. You got Abu Hamza on Masri. That'd be the Moses idea, and that's the Abraham idea, right? And this one was a hate preacher 2004. Right? So now you've got them all taking over the politics and being accepted as totally accepted type of idea. At this stage, they were basically demonizing them, right? They were putting them out there in a negative light, right? Because they were, again, there's your Egypt idea, again referencing to the, the Exodus, right? And at that point, we're sort of demonizing this idea, but we're putting them out there into your brain. Indians, Pakistanis, Islamics, and all this, right? Hamza, like the Ham, all part of a big sort of sure, Ham, all Ham acting, all part of a big sure. But we're putting them out into your brain, So, all that stuff really boils down to this. This is basically, off a Schopenhauer could. So first of all, introduce the things in that type of in a bad way, right? And that was like 2004, introducing all the hate preachers, Muslimic hate preachers, Indians. And now, at this stage, 20 years later, whatever, they're all bloody prime ministers in the in the friggin' country, and that's it. That's what they've done, is introduce it in that type of idea, First of all, with the explosions and the 9/11 thing. And then, in the space of 20 years, you got them running a bloody company type of idea, Or he's supposed to be anyway. Of course, it's all Jewish anyway, right? You see, here with Grand Lodge of India was only constituted up quite recently, 1961, right? Of course, if you take the region, had been a Jew region anyway, right? Then they wouldn't have needed like the Freemasonic Lodges networks, if it had already been a Jew region. India held their meetings in Fort William in Calcutta. William the Conqueror, number given to the lodge was 72. Could this be, very vital codes? The Jayo Tekamaya. Very cowboy sounding like, innit, Of course, it made all them cowboy films a lot later than all this stuff, right? In fact, the cowboy movies are probably totally made up and based on this type of stuff, So you got a bit of hex with that. William Carey translated the Bible into India's major tongues, 6 hex. Carey, like Cairo, So I think that's just put in as a hex. I reckon the Bible was already in these Indian languages. Right? So if you'd done anything, you would have had to take it out, like translate it from Indian language, not into. You know what I mean? William Carey, There's got to be some type of Jewish and Indian, thing. This William, like. It's Willem. Of course, they could be like the Indian will or the Jew will, the sort of triumphant type of thing. Triumph of the will, Of course, you got all these wills, these wills. Again, triumph of the will type of idea, but again, this would be the Jew production, so. Because it's all about that Olympic Games, which is very Jewish. So I think this is sort of reversed, and it's about, getting the Jewish will over the so-called Orient peoples, the Europeans and all that, Has to be what it's about. So it's sort of reversed, to get the will of the Jew over the European peoples. Gotta be.